Hello people, and welcome back to another Doctor Who video. And today we're doing something a little bit ambitious. We're doing, I guess, discussion slash speculation on what the episodes of Series 12 will be like and about and whatnot. This could get very rambly, so I'm gonna try to cut that down as much as possible, even though this intro is very rambly anyway. So let's get started with episode 1. So according to most of this information I've gotten through like Ace Creeper and some Twitter places. So shouts out to Ace Creeper. But apparently, according to him, the first episode is gonna be an MI6 based episode where the Doctor and the crew are teaming up with MI6, or at least working with, or maybe they're even fighting against MI6. Who knows? And it's like, how could you pull off an MI6 episode in Doctor Who? Well, I've got a few ideas for how they could do it. But I would probably leave most of this to like its own separate video. But basically, my idea is the 2020 elections are next year. So that means Robertson, he's gonna be running for president. So you can't really you set up a guy who says he's running for president, and then you have a series that airs not while, because it's gonna be at the end of the year, but around the time when all that stuff starts kicking up. So you probably want to focus on that, make that a storyline. So basically, what I'm supposing is they're bringing back Robertson. And he's running for president. He's doing some shady stuff. We know he's a shady dude already, but he's doing some shady stuff to get elected, right? And MI6 catches wind of this, and they try to, sort something out. Basically, my idea is he's teaming up with some alien, some old monster. This is a good opportunity to bring back an old monster, an old classic or new Who monster. My thought process, and it's not just because I just watched Day of the Daleks, but my idea is bring back the Ogrons. Basically bring back the Ogrons, because the Ogrons, what are they? They're just mindless mercenaries. You just tell them to shoot something, they'll shoot it. They're just the most basic of henchmen, right? So you get the Ogrons in. He somehow gets into contact with the Ogrons, and then he uses them to do all his dirty deals, like killing off or kidnapping a politician, or scaring a politician, or killing off reporters, just basic stuff like that. And MI6 catches wind of this. And also an idea I have is Kate Stewart, because unit's been disbanded. So Kate Stewart is now working at MI6, because it's like, a big government official. Like, Kate Stewart wouldn't just be sitting on her butt. Right? She'd be doing something. So she'd probably be in MI6, and then, they notice the alien threat, and then Kate calls the Doctor, and then stuff ensues. And this episode is supposed to be big, bombastic, action heavy, especially considering the next James Bond is coming out next year, right? There's No Time to Die is 2020, so April 2020 in fact. So prime time to do a really big James Bond style episode with a bunch of different gadgets and a bunch of action and stuff. We've seen a little bit of that from Jodie in Resolution, where she was doing the combat roles and stuff. So I'm assuming they might just bring that up to 11 for this episode, and potentially even a temporary new outfit for Jodie too would be pretty cool, which is also a part of the rumors and stuff. So yeah, next up at episode 2, there's the World War II sort of 1940s France episode, which will feature Noor Inayat Khan, who was this spy, right? And she died in the Holocaust. So yeah, this is where you could really sort of mess around a bit. So like the first episode, big bombastic, action heavy, very just fun to watch. Just an adventure. A thriller. This episode should be more in the veins of like Demons of the Punjab. Where it's a lot more sort of somber. It's a lot more quiet. Not much action, just very mystery based or something. The fact that it's a spy episode. Well, she was a spy, Noor was a spy, so you could do something with that. Maybe it could be like a two-parter somehow. I don't really see how you could link it. Maybe there's the idea that they could bring back the Master. They're bringing back the Master. So maybe instead of Robertson's the Master coming back, and then he escapes and time travels to 1940s France, and Doctor chases him there. That would probably also work if you want to make this like a two-parter, or at least a sort of a duology of episodes. But yeah, I don't really know what you could do for this episode, but tonally it should be different to the first one. It should be a lot more sort of dark and serious and stuff like that, more dramatic. So yeah, episode 3 then, we go to, well, we don't have too much information on this type of episode, but my guess is this is going to be some goofy episode set on some weird alien planet, because there's like, according to rumors and stuff, there's like a guy called Vorm. There's a dude with like green hair. It potentially is written by Ed Heim and stuff like that. So maybe it'll be a bit more goofy. More very alien, very very weird, bizarre type of episode. Probably a bit more comedic. Compared to like the super action heavy first episode and the sort of dark, more serious second episode. You can have a more goofy alien episode here. Yeah. Then episode 4, we don't know much about episode 4. My sort of guess, just to sort of keep on the whole tonal shift thing, you could have this be a sort of more horror episode, like Arachnids was last year. Could make it more of a horror episode, more, like very, tension building and stuff like that. Maybe it would be like set on some kind of spaceship or some kind of some base or whatever, and it's like they're being chased by some really scary monster. I really want a good horror episode, because Arachnids was sort of supposed to be the horror episode of series 11, but if you don't have a fear of spiders, it's not really that scary. It's not really that scary if you don't have a fear of spiders. I don't have a fear of spiders, so it was just a neat episode to look at. So hopefully we get like a proper horror episode, like a really scary episode, in the veins of like some of the Moffat stuff, like the old RTD Moffat stuff, like Blink and Silence in the Library and stuff like that. Like really sort of, yeah. Yeah, I really just want a horror episode here, to sort of counterbalance everything. Then episode 5, and I guess episode 6, I'll just combine these two. Episode 5 is gonna be, I assume, the Sea Devil episode, where it's more it's the episode based on like environmental commentary and stuff, like, like we're destroying the planet and stuff like that, plastics in the ocean, stuff like that, and you could bring in these Sea Devils here. Yeah. That would just be a good idea. Bring in those Sea Devils, get the whole shebang here for episode 5, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be a bit preachy, but you know what? As long as the other episodes aren't preachy, this episode can be as preachy as it wants, and hopefully good. Yeah. Then episode 6 is gonna be the Judoon episode, so we got 2 returning villains back to back. Which would be a good thing. We got the Judoon episode, so just based on in modern day Earth, potentially like the Sea Devils episode, and it's gonna be in like the city. Judoon are gonna be down doing something. Who knows what the plot is gonna be really? It's like they're just shooting people, arresting people, stuff like that. So I don't know what the plot and gimmicks are gonna be for that episode, but. Um, yeah. Uh, and an idea I have for this episode is, I mean, you got Yaz, who's a cop, and then the main villains of the episode are gonna be, well, the main monster of the episode are space police. So there has to be some kind of correlation or a storyline thing going on there. Character thing for Yaz. Basically, what I'm assuming is maybe she like sees the Jadoon doing stuff, and she's like, you know what? I want to go back, be a cop. There's some drilling going on. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'm gonna go back, be a cop. You know, these guys have inspired me to be a cop again, and she's gonna stay on in England for the foreseeable future, and then like for the future episodes it's just gonna be Graham and Ryan until maybe Yaz comes back. Just a temporary departure. I think that would probably be good. You know, get more Yaz police stuff going. And yeah. Then episodes 7 through 9, I really don't have an idea what they could be. I've got a bunch of ideas for like what these episodes could be. And there's also supposed to be an episode set in Australia. That's a rumor I literally just read on Twitter. There's like they shot a scene in South Africa. Well, they shot an episode in South Africa, and it's sort of meant to look like the Outback. So I'm not sure if it could be a historical or modern day or whatever. But supposedly there's an Australia episode, which would be cool. Maybe we can get a Tegan reference in. You know, who knows? But yeah, so. Then after that, we don't know anything else. So I'm hoping for a TARDIS-centric episode. I think that would be pretty cool. This is an episode centered and set primarily in the TARDIS. You're just chilling. There's like some threat going on. The threat that comes, and then like they have to use the TARDIS or go around the TARDIS and stuff. I really just do want to see like the corridors, the TARDIS corridors, for this TARDIS. You know, we haven't seen much of this TARDIS at all. It's butt ugly, but we haven't seen it anyways. So I do want to see more of it. Like series 11, we barely got any TARDIS. I mean, like Battle. I'm gonna say Ranscore of Kolos and Resolution had more of a focus on the TARDIS, like Ghost Monument 2 they're sort of focused on the TARDIS, but not really. So I do want like a Doctor's Wife or a Journey to the Center of the TARDIS style episode for this series, just so we can sort of get that gimmick going, because I did like those type of episodes. So yeah, and then besides that, supposedly, more than likely, there's going to be another historical or another sci-fi episode here in this little section. I'm not sure what they could do. One thing I want is a fun historical. You know, so like from the rumors, there's going to be the World War II 1940s France episode, and then there's supposedly, you know, the next episode I'm going to talk about, which is the Cybermen episode, which or both historicals. So, and they seem like they might be relatively heavy. So I do want a very light historical, because all the Series 11 ones were really heavy. Like there was almost no like they were very serious and heavy and dramatic. I just want a really fun one. I just want one where they're just goofing around, like Unicorn and the Wasp or something, in the same vein as that, or like in Idiot's Lantern, whatever. Just a little fun episode, not too serious or like having some kind of commentary, like, or some kind of issue like racism or sexism or religion being like put in there. I do just want a fun one. This one you can just watch, sit back, have a laugh at, you know, just chill. And supposedly in the rumor mill, there's supposed to be an episode set in like 1930s New York. Apparently, I like saw somewhere. I think Ace Creeper got that. I'm not sure. I think I got it from him. Which should be cool. I do like 20s, 1930s, 1940s America. I feel like that's a cool sort of location. But I think Rosa has kind of ruined that, where I'm just like, if you go there, there's gonna be racism now. Like Rosa's ruined it for me. But yeah, so there's that. An episode that I sort of talked about in my Yaz thing, that a story that I want is for Yaz to be a cop, right? So she leaves in to do an episode, doesn't show up for a little while, then in an episode she's just a cop. She's a little while has passed. Maybe a month, a couple of months. She sort of moved up. She's like a proper cop now, and there's this case of like. Basically, it's like similar to the plot of Spider-Man Homecoming, where there's like these robbers, these thieves who are using alien technology to commit robberies and stuff like that, bank robberies and such. And so Yaz figures this out, and then she calls the doctor, and sort of the TARDIS team investigate and stuff. But for the most part, it's more focused on Yaz. It could be a Doctor Light episode. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And you could also use this alien technology as a reference to a past villain. So, like, I really can't give an example of who exactly, but you could use it as a reference to another villain, maybe even a couple of villains. Like, they somehow got into the unit storage or something like that. Got a bunch of different bits and pieces, and they're sort of using them. And so, and for the most part, the Doctor's like seeing the episode. Throughout the episode, she's like, "Oh, this is a Zygon, blah blah blah," or "This is a Centauran, la la do do do," or "This is a Dalek doohickey." So, like, you could shoehorn in some little references like that. I think that would be a pretty fun idea for episode. Especially, we got a cop. You could do a cop sort of style episode, a proper mystery investigation style episode. Yeah, but besides that, I don't really know what other episodes could really fit in this episode 7 to 9 area. But yeah, then of course we get to the finale, which I think is going to be the Cyberman episode that may or may not contain or feature Mary Shelley. The Cyberman episode is all but confirmed at this point. Like, we know it's happening. Just a matter of placement in the series, really. Because it could be the finale. I personally think it should be the finale, even though we've had like 2 Cyberman finales almost back to back. We had like Series 8, Series 10, then Series 12 is another Cyberman finale, which would almost be fitting, because it would be like a trifecta, where like Series 8, Death in Heaven was in like modern day London, then like Series 10, World Enough in Time and stuff were on like the Mondasian spaceship. So then for Series 12, you could have it be set in a historical setting. That would be pretty fun. But yeah, so it wouldn't be ideal to have another Cyberman finale, but besides that, I really can't think of what else you could put here and put as the finale that would be good. I just want a good finale, is one thing. Like Battle, is an alright episode, just an alright episode in general, but as a finale of the series, it was very bad. So I do want a good, fitting finale that actually feels big and also is entertaining and fun. And I feel like you also need to have a returning villain for the finale. You can't just make a new villain and have them be the villain for the finale. That just wouldn't work. I mean, It Takes You Away probably could have worked as the finale, because like it was good, sort of emotional, sort of end of sort of some of the emotional conflict, and also like it had a really big sort of antagonistic force, like a living universe. Like, that's pretty big. So It Takes You Away could have been the finale. So you could do it theoretically, but I do think you need a returning villain. So I think the Cyberman would work best there. You can't really do it with the Dune, and they already had the Daleks in Resolution, so it would feel a bit weird to immediately bring them back. And besides that, and there's also, again, the rumors of the Master and stuff, but that's like one of the rumors that I highly doubt will happen. That just really doesn't seem likely. and they would bring back, especially John Simmons Master is the rumor, like they were seeing like vote sacks and stuff all over the place. So that primarily is what wouldn't work. Maybe there would just be a vote Saxon sign by like the MI6 place, and then like the doctor sees it, and then she's like get memories or whatever. Just like a little reference, but the master, like John Sim himself, would not come back. So like besides the master, I feel like the Cybermen are the best bet to be the finale, and also it's a nice historical finale. We haven't had one of those, I don't think, since like I think Series 5, actually. I think Series 5 is probably the only historical finale, thinking about it. Yeah, it was. Well, it wasn't even a historical finale, because it wasn't... The whole episode wasn't set by Stonehenge, but... Yeah, so like the first sort of finale set around the, a historical episode. That would be good. So, yeah, as I said, may or may not have Mary Shelley. That's sort of up in the wind at this point. At the very least, we know there's Cybermen, and it's potentially not in the modern day. It's going to be in the historical area. So, there's just that. So, who knows what's going to be going down that episode. At the very least, it should be good. So, yeah, but that's what I think Series 12 is going to be like. Yeah, just sort of accumulating all the rumors and sort of my own little ideas and speculation. What do you think Series 12 is gonna be like? What type of episodes do you want, and stuff like that? I have high hopes. It will be good. At the very least, better than Series 11, which is, as I said before, painfully average. So, yeah. So what do you think? What do you think of my sort of speculation, my discussion here? Give your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be about Jodie and my discussion on either Jodie or Graham or Ryan, one of the companions. So, yeah, see you next time. Troll on, baby!